and welcome to Nosey Road for tonight's top game in round 8 of 1999 Super League 4. The Challenge Cup winners, the Leeds Rhinos, take the stage, ready for this evening's clash. And Leeds, the last team to win here at Nosey Road almost 12 months ago, and I'm sure the Saints won't need reminding of that, will they? The Leeds side for this evening, a couple of players rested, but it's Marcus St-Hilaire at fullback, Leroy Rivett, record try scorer at Wembley, Marvin Golden, Brad Godden and Francis Cummins make the three quarters. Kevin Sinfield, Ryan Sheridan, the half-back pairing, Darren Fleary, Terry Newton, Jamie Matthew in the front row, Adrian Morley, Andy Hay, Mark Glanville, the back three, with Harry Sterling, Farrell Seller on the bench. And your Super Saints, 100% record here at Nosey Road and in the Super League this season, led out by captain Chris Joynt, and your two matchday mascots. Alex Leverett, 8 years of age, he attends Rainford Church of England School. His hobbies are playing football, playing on his PlayStation, watching the Saints, and his favourite player is Paul Aitchison, the very trusty fullback. Megan Ellis, 8 years of age yesterday. She attends Bleak Hill Primary School. She enjoys swimming, line dancing, playing on the PlayStation, watching the Saints, and her favourite players Tommy Martin and Ferretti Tuilangi. So your two matchday mascots that go over there to the far side, Alex Leverett and Megan Ellis. You just run through your Saints side for this evening. Paul Aitchison at fullback, Ferretti Tuilangi, Tony Stewart, Paul Newell and Anthony Sullivan, Scott Ballowin for the injured Tommy Martin, Sean Long at half-back, Julian O'Neill, Kieran Cunningham and Sonny Nicol in the front row, Chris Joynt, Perolini and Sculthorpe the back three, Chris Smith, Paul Wellens, Mark Edmondson and Tim Yonkers. Saints in possession and Sonny Nicol in with the first touch. You're with Mike on video. My name's Ron Hoof. Joining me this evening, championing the Leeds Rhinos cause, is Phil Daly. We'll be sharing the commentary this evening, and it's going to be one hell of a battle, Phil, isn't it, this evening?
It most certainly is. Leeds coming here with that Challenge Cup victory, and the St Helens in top form at the top of the Super League. And now we look at to stamp their authority on the Rhino.
Yes, and it's Saints that are pressing up, and Kieran Cunningham bouncing through the New Love back in, but Kevin Iro injured. Obviously, 3 players rested for the Leeds Rhinos, but Saints move it to the left. Sean Long puts it high. Leroy Rivett's there, and also Marcus St-Hilaire safe at the fullback.
Magnificent take by St-Hilaire there, and here we see Leroy Rivett have his first run of the game. The 4-try hero from Wembley. He's back to business tonight, though. This is Marvin Golden, back in for Richie Blackmore, who was resting his groin injury. Now this is Newton, fires it out to Glanville. He drives up straight at Cunningham, and he's dragged to the ground. Defences will be key here tonight. Now this is Morley. Morley drives it up. Tackle seemed to go high, but referee Stuart Cummins is happy with that. It's the last tackle for Leeds now. What were they here? This is Sheridan. Sheridan puts the kick in. Is he going to go straight out? It bounces. Still going. It's collected by Saints.
Yes, well taken at the back. Paul Aitchison covering it well. Sheridan put it down. Tuilangi, just over the 40-metre line, plays it quickly. Anthony Sullivan from the active half-back, trying to beat the offside trap and driving it into Leeds territory. Solid play again, and the Saints going to vary the play, and Leeds, they've played 7, they've won 4, lost 3. They can't really afford to lose another. The old pie eaters have lost 3 as well, and it's always good when the pie eaters go down a bit, isn't it? Sean Long chips it through again. St-Hilaire takes it comfortably.
Obviously, Ellery Hanley's advising his team to kick to Leeds as often as possible. Probably a weak area for Leeds, which shown in the Silk Cut Challenge Cup final on Saturday. This is Cummins. He takes it up. Newton in at dummy half, feeds it out to Glanville. Glanville driving up the middle of the field. He makes it up to near the 30 until he's dragged to the ground by Perolini. Newton finds Matthew. A rare start for Jamie Matthew tonight. He crosses the 40 with that ball. Phil, a very tense start.
Yeah, but probably a good start from Leeds. They didn't need any mistakes early on. This was always going to be a test of their fitness and whether they had any hangover from Wembley, but they've looked quite solid so far.
Now the last tackle. This is Sheridan, a little grubber kick through. This is going to drop to Aitchison, just over his 10, and he drives it out at Fleary. And the tackle put in there by Sinfield.
Yes, great tackling. Some which do look a little high, but the referees let the game run. And now he penalises Leeds for offside. Stewart takes it quickly, breaks through the tackle there, gets 5 metres inside Leeds territory. 3 minutes gone of the game. Paul Sculthorpe driving it up. Sculthorpe breaks again. Great driving display by the Saints. Oh, Sean Long comes through. Whether it was meant for Sean Long, whether he was supposed to be the dummy runner, and he should have gone to Sonny Nicholl. A little mix up there, Phil.
Yeah, communication problems there. It's a frenetic atmosphere here at the ground. The Saints fans baying for blood. The Rhinos coming here with that Challenge Cup, and they'll be wanting to be the first team to turn the Rhinos. That's a great motivator for teams now against Leeds.
Oh, certainly the gauntlet's been thrown down at Wembley on Saturday. Leeds' profile and standing in the game has gone up several notches. But again, Saints will want to start at 100 mile an hour tonight to make sure that if there is any fatigue in the Leeds legs, that they find it quickly. But to be fair, Leeds have looked pretty solid, no mistakes so far.
Now this is Newton, finds Glanville driving it up, dragged to the ground there. Newton finds Fleary driving up over the halfway on straight at Nicholl. And the tackle alongside Perellini there, and the ball seemed to be ripped out there. Indeed it was. Referee Stewart Cummins awards the penalty. And discipline will be crucial tonight. Both teams will be conscious not to give away vital yardage in what is a massive game. Sheridan gets the kick away. And Newton will start this on the 40. This is Matthew. Matthew drives it straight at the Saints' defence. This is Newton. Newton finds Sheridan, has Fleary outside him, uses him. He drives it up. He's caught there by Nicholl. And Perellini again double teaming up on the tackles. This is tight defence from Saints. This is Glanville and Morley trying to prise open a gap. They're over the 20 now. This is crucial for Leeds that they can forge some chances here when they're in Saints territory. Sinfield drops and goes himself. Still going Sinfield. He's eventually pulled to the ground by Sculthorpe. Now this is Sheridan. Sheridan has Hay outside him and goes himself. Sheridan, oh! He's just caught there by Joint. Lovely run from the scrum half. Now the Sinfield, little kick through. It's collected though straight off, and it's still going, and St-Hilaire gets the tackling on the second attempt. A lovely take there by Julian O'Neill.
Yeah, I don't know whether he knew much about it. Right in the breadbasket, wasn't it, from the kick through? And the Saints obviously withstand the Leeds barrage. The defence holding tight, nothing more than you can expect. Perellini, the Terminator, quickly dispatched to the earth. But Julian O'Neill, I suppose it's a good job it was Julian O'Neill, Phil. Anybody with a bit of pace, with all due respect to Julian O'Neill, may have found a big gap. But Sculthorpe chips it upfield again. Tuilangi chasing it. St-Hilaire comfortable at the back. And St-Hilaire, well, he breaks out of the tackle.
Such a dangerous player, Marcus St-Hilaire. You could see the way Tuilangi was running up there. He was giving St-Hilaire plenty of pace outside him, and St-Hilaire found that pace and used it. This is Sheridan. Sheridan over the 40. Good run in there from the scrum half. Now Newton in the dummy half finds Glanville. A very flat pass there from Newton, but he gets away with it. No! Touch judge signals to Cummins. Referee Stuart Cummins, and St Helens will have head and feed, and it's so important if it mattered in any other game that the teams do complete their sets of 6 tonight.
It certainly is, Phil, and that would have just done you proud if you'd have been on top of the south stand, wasn't it? Because these lads below us here on the popular side are just as impartial as your south stand Leeds counterparts. But yeah, they've got to complete the sets of 6. And no doubt the ex-Leeds favourite, Ellery Hanley, who's in charge here, as Newell bursts through, gives it to Sullivan! Sullivan in the corner! Great work by the Saints! 7 minutes gone, and Sullivan opens the scoring for the Saints, but put it down to the big man, Newell again. Lovely ball spread over here to the left. Newell back after a couple of matches out with injury, and you've got to make the tackles count, Phil. He's a big man, he's world class, and he broke through there. The tackling dropped off, took the Leeds players on, slipped it to Sullivan, and it was away there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Sinfield tried to tackle once. The second time he just slipped off the tackle, and as Newell gave the pass away, he was able to take Rivett out of the defensive role there. and it was just a sheer race to the line, and no one's going to catch Anthony Sullivan when he's got that much space and time, and he was over, and a crucial first score for the Saints.
Yeah, crucial score, as you say, 9 tries for Sullivan this season, and obviously against Hull, they got the first win yesterday. When the Saints played him at the Boulevard, it was sheer pace that brought the Saints through. Only one short-range try by Perellini. All the others were long distance. But that was a great display there. Quick hands, brought it over. Sean Long, will it curl in? Oh, dearie me. The number of times that the Saints have actually hit the woodwork this season, and I reckon you should get more points for that, but you don't. 4 points to 0 in favour of the homesters, the Saints, and Leeds Rhinos to get us back underway. Exciting game, 8 minutes gone, and the Saints faithful get behind the charges. I thought there might have been a few Leeds spectators just saying to Phil before, but obviously it's an expensively weekend away at the capital, but there's nothing like winning, is there? And you can't whack it. But obviously the game midweek, and with working commitments after a weekend with the bank holiday and everything, but quite a few Leeds spectators here. Saints in the lead, 4 points to 0. They have the possession, and Julian O'Neill driving it forward. Whether Leeds celebrations will take it out of them, we don't know, as captain Chris Joint just over the 40. Leeds urged to get back on side. Now it's Kieran Cunningham, breaks one, slips it to Sean Long. Aitchison coming through at pace. Good tackling there, Adrian Morley quickly, and now it's Cunningham again. Cunningham looking for support, gets it from Long. The tackle completed on the Leeds 40. Last one of the sequence. Will it go in the air again? Scott Barrow chips it through. Leroy Rivett.
And he charges out Leroy Rivett, and he's dragged to the ground. 3 men in the tackle. Obviously, he's marked himself as a big man to watch in Super League from now on. This is Marvin Golden. He takes it up over the 10. This is good work from Leeds, doing the hard work out from the defence. Now, this is Godden. Godden takes it over the 20. 3 tackles down for Leeds. This is Jamie Matthew. Matthew makes it up to the 30 before he's dragged down there by Nickel. Now, Newton singling one way, goes the other way. This is Morley. Morley driving at the line. We've seen some big, powerful runs from Morley in recent games. He seems to be back to his best form. He offloads to Glanville, out to Matthew. Matthew hit by Perellini, and the ball pops out. And this is Cunningham. Cunningham goes round the Leeds defence. Still going, Cunningham. Eventually gets the offload away. No, he's tackled, and now Saints looking dangerous.
Yes, and another 5 tackles as Sculthorpe's brought down. Saints will bring it over to the left with the power of Scott Barrett. Newlove for the corner. Stearns in again. They bring it over to the left and expose a gap in the Leeds Rhinos defence once again. The big man Newlove, the most expensive back in rugby league, goes over for another try. 5 for him this season, and the Saints love running the tries in again, don't they? Whether Ellery Hanley thinks you've got a weak link on this side with Rivett and Golden, I don't think they are a weak link, Phil, but they've been exposed twice.
We've seen already in this game that St Helens are willing to throw the ball about and play some attacking rugby, and there was a sense of inevitability there, Phil. When they got the ball there was sheer power in the running and the angles they were in. It didn't seem like anyone was going to stop Newlove there.
Yeah, 2 tries come from 2 mistakes, and that was the thing we were worried about before the game, that if Leeds were going to stay in the game and gradually build up to their confidence after Wembley, then they had to keep it tight early on. 2 mistakes, the first one a missed tackle from Kevin Sinfield off a forward pass from Terry Newton, then Jamie Matthew losing the ball on his own 30-metre line, and Saints have cut many sides apart down that side. They'll do the same to Leeds, but what Leeds have got to do is stop the ball getting out that side. They won't do that by making mistakes.
So Sean Long weighing up the kick now. Missed the first conversion. He'll be anxious to add the 2 to this one to give Saints the full complement and edge them even further into the lead. We've got 12 minutes on the clock. Saints lead 8-0. They now lead 10-0. Very important, those kicks, if you can get the most out of those tries early on.
Yes, you've got to do. Points could be crucial this evening, even though personally I think we'll wipe the floor with you tonight. but that's just my opinion, and I'm as much red and white as you are blue and amber. But, well, you know, obviously a big game at weekend, and you must have had some celebrations. You've got to get back into it. I know that there's a lot at stake, and 10 points is nothing. Leeds came back from 10 points at Wembley. They came back last time they beat Saints at Wembley, didn't they? Last time they won the Cup, 10 points down. So anything can happen, but the best, most possible start for the Saints this evening. Sean Long with the conversion, and now the Saints have the possession. They're bringing it left again. Captain Chris Joint looking to break the defence, but Leeds riddled with talent, a big squad, and obviously with players rested, they still have the talent to put in that can do the job for Graham Murray. Scott Barrow, drop off ball there, Sculthorpe inside, Aitchison drives again, gives it Sean Long, and Sean Long in for the try. Oh, it's walking day here at St Helens. Sean Long in the 13th minute, 3 tries in the space of 6 minutes, and rather than it being bad play by Leeds, it must be a super play. Excellent ball handling by the Saints, Phil, and obviously Leeds have been hit again in the space of 6 minutes.
Well, it's obvious that Ellery Hanley has told his team to blitz Leeds early on before they can settle into the game. It has been something we've seen all season from the Rhinos. They have been slow starters in the first half of the game, and Ellery Hanley seems to have weighed up his former team precisely right in today's game. They're throwing the ball about, they're willing to run the ball every occasion, and they're getting the points for it.
And a chance for Sean Long again to make it 16 points to nil, and this could be the difference. And Saints want to keep that 100% record, don't we? As I said, Leeds, the last team to win here just under 12 months ago. All tied up in Super League in the 3 seasons before. We've had 3 wins each, but Leeds having that win in the Premiership, the playoff, the end of season playoff last season. So Sean Long composing himself to convert his own try. Hopefully, ideal position, strikes it well. 2 points there, and the Saints are well on the way, aren't they? And once again, it's Leeds to kick off. And no doubt, Phil, we had a bit of bad press after we'd beaten Wigan, we'd beaten Bradford. After they'd had hard games, we got slated in one of the rugby papers with letters saying, oh, we took them on a bad day like after that. I wonder if we'll get the same kind of response with Leeds, having had that hard game at Wembley. And then, obviously, you've got to get these games out of the way, haven't you?
Well, to be fair to Saints, they can only play the teams that are put in front of them, and certainly when you look at the scoreboard, 16-0, it probably is a fair reflection on the play. Leeds have given up 2 mistakes and got 2 tries from an attacking play from Saints to saw them down. Leeds now have to compose themselves, put sound set to 6 in on defence. That's a big hit there, and that will gee his team up and get Leeds probably back on the front foot.
Yeah, and it's Darren Fleary, isn't it? And you always get a big hit off him, both Fleary and Farrell. I mean, they're very low to the ground, aren't they? But by word, they power in. Sean Long. Well, oh dear me, that was a sister Duffy pass, as they call it round here in St Helens. But Saints have the ball back in their hands. Aitchison, the man involved in the last try there. Cunningham at dummy half. Saints bring it to the left again. Chris Joint, Ryan Sheridan's in on him round the top, the Simfield round the legs. Cunningham on the last tackle, he chips it through, St Hilaire, and Cunningham and Cole come to meet him, but St Hilaire comes away with it. Safe as houses at the back so far.
Certainly he's dealt with everything that's been sent in. This is Rivet, looking to get away, gets to Noonan finds Cummins over the 20, good running there from the Dewsbury-born player. Now this is Newton, he finds Glanville. Very low pass there to Glanville so he can hit the defence in Sculthorpe just as hard as he can. Now Newton finds Morley, a rampaging run as he does that famous step that seems to give him an extra yard of pace. Now what can Newton do here? He finds Matthew. The crowd asks for a forward pass, but it was a good yard behind. Hay on hand, looking for the offload, but Matthew just takes the tackle. This is Sheridan, it's the last tackle. He puts a high one up, Riveting Golden to chase in. New Love's interfering with Golden, who gets it back off the pass down. This is Darren Fleary to the line! Is he going to make it? Yes, he is! Darren Fleary straight through Aitchison. Wonderful stuff there from Leroy Rivet. He may not have got the try, but he certainly made it, Phil.
Yeah, if anybody deserved the try after their exertions at Wembley on Saturday, it was Darren Fleary, an absolute unsung hero. Saints are a confident side. If you give them a sniff, they'll walk away with the game, and there was a danger there that it was running away from Leeds. They needed to hit back quickly, and Sheridan and Morley have looked particularly impressive tonight. It was Sheridan's kick, a high spiralling bomb. The Saints players didn't go for it. Rivet was onside, palmed it back, and Fleary from a full 18-20 metres out took two players over with him, and that's a great response from Leeds, but they certainly needed it.
Yeah, you'll not stop him at that range, will you? Great tactics, obviously. Sheridan putting the ball up high. The Saints just pouncing about here on this right-hand flank, and they couldn't defuse it. The ball came back, obviously, and then Fleary into acres of space, ran through Aitchison. The goal there by Simfield, and Leeds on the board, 16-6. Plenty of action left.
Oh, there's a long way to go in this game. We've got 90 minutes on the clock, 16-6 to the home side, but the Rhinos now will have the ball back. And we saw it so often on Saturday when Leeds get a bit of momentum. They really are unstoppable. Graham Murray will be hoping the same from his team tonight. The ball drops and it's collected by Cummins. Cummins driving straight back at joint, and Cunningham in on the tackle there. And Saints in defence will be so important for them now. This is Glanville. Mark Glanville, the old warhorse of the team, drives it up to the 20. Now this is Hay, so impressive when he came off the bench on Saturday. He starts tonight, and he'll be looking to impress Graham Murray and earn a starting place week in, week out. This is Golden. Golden drives it on. The touch just says no. This is still Golden. Golden looks to go around Aitchison, but Aitchison is safe as houses and puts the tackle in and drives Golden backwards. But this is the Rhinos' momentum we've seen so much of on Saturday. This is Sheridan. Sheridan offloads to Marcus St-Hilaire, who spins in the tackle and makes it up to the St Helens 20 until he's dragged to the ground there. Now, last tackle. What will Leeds do here? The bomb worked last time. Sheridan has the ball in his hands. It's a little grubber this time, and this is coming to the line. Did he make it? Referees touch, in goal judge. It's a try to Leeds, and just what they needed. We talk about momentum. That's it in action there.
That's possibly one of the best sets of sixes Leeds have put in this entire season. Straight from the kick-off, Leeds have gone 100 metres through 5 magnificent drives. Everybody played their part. Sheridan again running the show, and we were saying that St Helens are a confident side. Well, Leeds needed something to drag themselves back into the game. One flash of brilliance from a Sheridan kick, 6 tackles later, and this game really is on now, and that was a superb grubber through from Sheridan, varied the tactics. Saints are all up in the line, and Cummins did well to take it and fall over in one motion, and that is superb response from this Leeds side.
This man here, this centre, the stand-in for Blackmore, Marvin Golden, he must have been sick as a parrot, couldn't get his place in the team at Wembley, and he's one player that I think has improved 100-fold, in the last year or so. Brilliant break by him, the Saints couldn't hold him, the ball transferred to the left, Sheridan grubbered it through. Here comes the conversion. Oh, it's a good one there. A great kick from the touchline. But Sheridan grubbered it through, and Cummins scooped it up, took it well. And as you said, game on, 16-12.
16-12, and you can sense the nerves in the Saints fan. As that kick went over, they all started cheering to get their team and try and wake their team again. We played some great attacking rugby at the start of this game, but Leeds have come surging back. The powerful Rhinos. Long tries a short one. Will Leeds be alert to it? They are. Morley takes it. Good take there by Adrian Morley, the Salford-born player. And he's wrapped up there by the Saints defence. But it's knocked on there, is it? Yes, referee Stuart Cummins signals that Morley knocked on there. And it'll be Saints head and feed. Well, he got to a ball on Saturday in the Challenge Cup final and knocked on. Couldn't manage to take the ball. A crucial error there.
Well, it is a crucial error, and let's see if Saints can do something about it in this set of 6. But obviously the kick-off and the variation from the kick-off is all part of the game now, and these high kicks, trying to run up, get it back, as long as it goes the required 10 metres. Julian O'Neill again, hits the straps inside the Leeds 20. Great tackling again, and let's see the Saints they can go through their repertoire this time. Cunningham moves it to the right, Sculthorpe, big hit there, super tackling there, Jamie Matthew and Fleary, I think it is. Saints run it, Perolini, the Terminator, sidestepping, looking for support, Scott Barrow's with him, and Scott Barrow jinks, goes through, 8 metres short now. Saints will bring it left, Sculthorpe, Newlove, oh, he's still twisting and turning. A lot expected of Newlove when he gets this ball. Last one of the sequence, Sean Long puts it into the hands of Sinfield and Cunningham brings him down. Not much variation there, lost the way of it.
Well, when the scores were 16-0, we mentioned a big tackle by Darren Fleary that would have given his teammates a great deal of heart. They've never looked back since then. This is Morley, he powers it up. We often say it about this Leeds team, they set down challenges for one another. One puts a big hit, one does a big run, they all want to better each other. And we see Matthew now on a big charge. Saints slowing down the play of the ball. This is Hay drives it up to the halfway. He can't hold the ball though. Golding collects, but it went forward there.
And some big hits we've had here this evening. Hay going through there at pace. He just lost control. Whether there was a hand in or not, we don't know, but the referee said it was all right. Head and feed to the Saints. Sean Long to feed, right on the halfway line. Blindside ploy. Sean Long escapes Sheridan. He breaks through again. He's handing him off. He's over the 20. Great run by Long. Quick play, the ball wanted. Well, the Leeds player must have been offside, surely. The referee, what's he saying? Saints were expecting an offside decision, but they've got head and feed. The ball adjudged to have come off a Leeds player. Don't know what your view on that, Phil?
I think Stuart Cummins seems to be saying it wasn't intentional there, maybe. He's given head and feed. The Saints will have a set of 6 inside the Rhinos 20, and it will be crucial if they can convert this into a try now, seeing as they've been denied the penalty.
Yes, I thought it may have been a penalty. Barra gets it away to H's and Perolini to Ilangi. 10 metres short, 20 metres in from the main stand side. Saints will bring it in again. The Terminator driving it through, backing into the defence. Still stood in the tackle. A metre or two short. Can the Saints expose the gap in the Leeds defence? Loaded up here. Chris Joyce comes through. The dummy running was there. Chris Joyce came through from deep. And Saints had another 4 to the total, bringing it up to 20 points after 26 minutes. Chris Joyce, the captain, running from deep. It seems every time the Saints load this left-hand flank against the Leeds Rhinos, something seems to pay off for them. They took them well, Leeds had defended well, and maybe a controversial decision there with that ball, which Saints were awarded the penalty, Phil.
Well, we said that Saints would have to come up with a try there as they were denied the penalty, and that's exactly what they did. Joint came scooting round and made the extra man, and they simply had a matter of numbers. Sheridan dived in tackle but couldn't hold him, and the St Helens captain went over for the score, and what could be a crucial score because it gives momentum back to St Helens. They were on the back foot, but they've come back at Leeds now and managed to get a score.
Yes, and a chance now for Sean Long, obviously. 8-point cushion, this could make it 10, 20 points to 12 at present. 27 minutes gone, you don't blink, you don't take your eyes off the action. Superb. And Sean Long, and that's plumb, isn't it? Plumb, dead centre, and his third goal of the afternoon. Puts Saints back on track, but what a try from the captain. Super try by Chris Joyce, and Saints will receive the ball once again.
Backing in the Saints conversion, number 7, Sean Long.
So once again, 10 points separate the sides. What a game, super stuff, isn't it? It's a toss-up whether we'll have any voice left by the time we've finished, and we've only had 28 minutes. Perolini again, not a game for the faint-hearted. Everything's happening there, and it's good, entertaining stuff. Well, a lot of mauling. Chris Smith on over at the far side. just holding down too much there, Phil, but obviously Chris Smith that's coming on the far side. Tuilangi will have gone in the pack, I think, and let's see how we go on. Julian O'Neill drives the ball up. Cunningham at dummy half, up to halfway, and along the line again. Here's Tuilangi. Tuilangi breaks through. He's only the full-back to beat. His support over on the left. Chris Smith, can he make his way? He's 10 metres short. Saints want it over here on the left. They're forcing the Rhinos back well. Interference at the play of the ball, and somebody's in the sin bin. Gordon, is it?
Yes, Brad Gordon making his way down to the tunnel area. And really, the sheer pace of St Helens there was catching Leeds. But Phil, we mentioned discipline at the start of the game. It is going to be crucial.
That's right, and that could be a factor that actually ends the game as far as Leeds are concerned. They were struggling there with 13 men on. I don't know how they'll cope with 12.
Well, Saints in possession and loading it on the left again. Oh, it's Sculthorpe again. My word, it's walking day here at St Helens. I know it was a bank holiday yesterday, but this is tremendous stuff, isn't it? Dearie me. Just after the Leeds Rhinos have come back into the game, 2 tries in the space of 2 minutes, bringing it back to 16-12, Phil. And again, 2 tries by the Saints. Joint and Sculthorpe in the space of 4. Dear me.
Well, it has been one of those games so open, so unbelievably open. Now, Jamie Matthew and Mark Lambert having a long word here with Stuart Cummins. Brad Gordon makes his way over to the sin bin. He'll have 10 minutes in there to think about his actions. Mark Lambert still having a long word with Stuart Cummins here. He's obviously seen something he's not happy with. Now, Jamie Matthews on his way off. The interchange from Martin Masella. He got a knock earlier on the halfway line. Martin Masella comes on. Now, Long will look to convert the try, and really, we've seen spells where both teams have defences have gone to sleep, and that has been crucial. And we've seen now that Saints are on top and really firing and going into the half-time. Leeds can't wait for it long enough.
Yeah, that may be true. Obviously, it's just nip and tuck, both sides, enterprising play, end-to-end stuff. And Sean Long, well, sympathetic boos against Sean Long, but it's 26 points to 12. Jamie Matthews been replaced. Martin Masella that's come on. Phil, there we go. He just gives us the on these fancy boards we have now. All here to help us. Is that what you got called? Give us a quick flash. But it's Saints to receive the ball again. Parolini hits it strong, hits the straps. Chris Smith coming cross-field.
Leeds Rhino substitution. Jamie Matthew leading the field, replaced by number 8, Martin Masella.
Saints faithful, baying for a penalty. It's New Love again, but Gordon gets him this time. But Golden, I beg your pardon, gets him. Gordon's in the sin bin, isn't he? And he's on the other flank. But Sean Long puts boot to ball. Is he looking for a 40-20? He is. And that's a 40-20 kick. Head and feet to the Saints. And they can't do anything wrong, really, this evening, can they? Super entertainment. Well, if you're a Saints specky, it is just at present. But Leeds feeling the full force of the Saints barrage. We've had a couple of indifferent games. But Ellery Hanley, obviously, he knows what his side has got to do. Long from the base of the scrum, Scott Barrow. Sullivan, roving commission, inside to Tony Stewart. The big centre, in for the injured Kevin Iro. Chris Smith at dummy half, and Saints moving crossfield. Tuilangi straightens it up. Another Western Samoan. Play varied, Cunningham, can he speed one? He puts it over, Tony Stewart in. Saints vary the play, move it over to the right. Leeds had loaded the left-hand side, but the Saints moved it over to the right with the international hooker, Kieran Cunningham. exposing a big gap there. I think Leeds were expecting it to come over here again, Phil. They look as though they'd loaded the left. Cunningham saw it different, moved it to the right, and Stewart with the easiest of tries.
Well, we often talk about referees' decisions, and the sin bin of Brad Godden has really destroyed any hope of the Rhinos getting into this game. They've been caught out there wide, and really they're just trying to cover gaps, and it couldn't come to a worse time, that 40-20 ruling for the Rhinos, Phil.
Yeah, that's right. A clever play from Sean Long. He realised that if he could get another set of 6 within the Leeds quarter, then the Leeds defence was shot. At the moment, they're gasping for breath, and the last thing they needed was to try and cover for a man that wasn't there. I still do think the sin binning was harsh. The Leeds defence was set. They may well have been holding down, but unfortunately the side that Tony Stewart scored was exactly where Brad Godden should have been. Full credit to Kieran Cunningham for spotting that he wouldn't be there. But 2 decisions from the referee could have taken the game away from Leeds this early.
And Long fails to convert that one again. He'll be looking to get his kicking boots on and give the Saints the full complement of tries, but really St Helens on a roll now.
Yes, we're on a roll, Phil. 30 points to 12. Obviously, I can hear you on about the sin binning, and whether you know, obviously the other Phil thinks it may have been all right, like, but you never know with these referees, do you? Some players, you know, they can, the action, it can be held down all the time. The referee doesn't bother, and for the slightest of things, you can either get a penalty or somebody in the sin bin. Whether he's actually told them that any hanky-panky, and I'm afraid that's your lot. But it's there again. Break out with Chris Smith, moves it over to the right. Leads a man down, as we know, and Saints obviously want to expose them as quickly as they can. Newlove breaks through, slips into Sullivan. Sullivan puts the welly down. St-Hilaire to beat. He gives St-Hilaire the... Oh! Saints had 3 men over here on the right. Sean Long was taken on suspicion. Chris Joynt was there as well. Maybe a bad decision by Sullivan, especially with men lining up inside, and only St-Hilaire to be beaten.
Well, I don't think any of his teammates will be buying Anthony Sullivan a drink tonight. Very greedy play there. He had players inside him. He'd drawn St-Hilaire, he had St-Hilaire, and St-Hilaire just threw him into touch like a bundle of twigs. And really, that could be costly for the Saints. There's a big score there in front by now, but another try would have sealed it for the home side. This is Morley, who come out of the scrum early. Leeds have a penalty here. Ferocious tackle there. Sheridan looking to get the play underway quickly. He kicks to the touch. Sullivan looks to jump for it. He can't. It was well into touch there. Well into touch. Now Newton, after the short break, referee Stuart Cummings just making sure. This is Martin Marcello, the substitute for the Rhinos. He makes it to just up to the 4. That's where the play the ball will be. Newton finds Sheridan. Sheridan run, has Fleary outside him, but just takes it up himself. Sonny Nicol on for the Saints. Now this is going out to Glanville. Glanville drives it up to the 30. A very short 10 metres there between the 40 and the 30. Now moving out wide, this is Fleary. Fleary drives it up the middle. He gets the offload out to Newton. Newton running at the fence. Ball along the floor. Marcella does well to take it off his laces. Newton finds Sheridan. Sheridan has players outside, and one of them's Hay, one of them's Golden. Golden, he's pulled down there, 8 metres short of the line. This is Newton. Last tackle. What will Sheridan have here? He finds Sinfield. Sinfield looking for runners. One of them's Morley. Morley. Still going Morley, but he can't get the ball away. He's going to be tackled in possession here. And he is. Strong defence from Saints there, holding out the Rhinos 8 metres short of their line.
Yeah, obviously it's hard, Phil, when you're a man down, but good work by the Rhinos. Tried to expose the Saints defence there, but it didn't come off. Great tackling there on Adrian Morley. And he takes some pulling down, does Morley, when he's in full flight. And a little bit of jiggery-pokery over there on the far side. The Homesters crying for a penalty, and referee Cummings not obliging. 2 minutes to the interval. 30 points to 12. Don't forget, you're with Micron Video bringing you all the action, and it's Sculthorpe again. And Anthony Sullivan takes the tackle this time. Paul Newlove there limping over at the back, and it looks as though, well, whether he can run it off or not, I don't know. He's just been out with a thigh strain, and whether the big man, they'll leave him on perhaps for the rest of this first half and see how he goes. St Hilaire for Leeds.
St Hilaire drives it up, and that'll be a big blow for St Helens if Newlock can't shake off that thigh injury. Now Cummins runs straight at him, and Joint gets the tackle in on him. Newton finds Masella. Masella driving it up, a good 10 metres gain there and more as he drives up to the halfway line. Newton in at dummy half, looks to get the ball away quickly. He does, he finds Glanville. Glanville has Sinfield round the back of him, but he just takes the tackle there by Sculthorpe. Now this is Fleary. Fleary can't hold the ball, bounces off his thigh, does well to chase and make sure the tackle's put in there.
Saints have the possession. The tackle count restarted. Sonny Nicol has to take the tackle. Great gang tackling. Masella at the back, Fleary in there, and Terry Newton, who's one tough cookie, is Terry Newton. Godden back on now. 10 minutes has elapsed. Leeds back to the full complement. But I'm afraid they've let a couple of tries in while he's been off the pitch. Obviously approaching the half-time hooter. 40 minutes gone on the clock. Can the Saints finish with a flourish? Barrow, Joint. The ball's still alive. The referee, what's he done? He said the game's finished. The hooter had gone. I think the ball was still in play, but the referee doesn't. Anyway, half-time here at Nosey Road. The Saints in the lead by 30 points to 12. They started off like a house on fire with tries in the 7th, 11th and 13th minute. And Sullivan, Newlove and Long 16-0 up, and they look good value for the money. And then it was Leeds' turn. 2 tries in 2 minutes from Fleary and Cummins, both goal by Sinfield, and we had game on then, 16-12. But the Saints replied 6 minutes later, and Joint, Sculthorpe and Stewart exposed gaps in the Leeds defence again. That's how it stands at half-time. It's been exciting, Phil, hasn't it? And if the second 40 is anything to go by, we should be in for a good one.
Certainly has been exciting. 30 points to 12 to St Helens, and the Rhinos really need that rest now at half-time. Graham Murray will have them in, have a chat and reorganise and hopefully come back. They're back to the full complement for this second half, and that could be crucial if they are to come back.
Back with you now for the second half of this pulsating clash here at Nosey Road. 30 points to 12 in favour of the Saints on this magnificent pitch. A credit to John Edwards and his ground staff, and it's always in good nick here. I don't think we've had any changes at half-time, Phil, have we, on the Leeds bench? But I'm sure the players will be interchanged, and I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, the captain, the mercurial wizard there, Iestyn Harris, he's going to be introduced, isn't he? 18 points behind, Leeds to receive, and we're ready for action.
And so Long puts the kick in, and it'll drop on the 10. Sinfield collects the youngster. He'll be getting himself a Challenge Cup winners medal. He played in the early round against Widnes, and that ensures him that piece of history. This is Mark Glanville, a winner in every sense of the word. Now Terry Newton feeds it out. This is Masella. Masella drives it over the 30. Good work there by the Tongan international. Now Fleary over the 40, still going. He's had a big game tonight as Darren Fleary leading from the front, not going back a single step. Sinfield finds out to Morley. Morley runs up the line. Stewart brings him down along with Long. Now Godden back on the field after that spell in the sin bin. This is Sinfield, finds Sheridan, last tackle. Sheridan puts the kick over into space, but Sullivan has it well weighed up and collects, and he drives it out. And the tackle eventually put in there by Masella.
Yes, a good kick to the corner. The chase wasn't as good as the kick. Obviously Sullivan there, he was on his top, but he came back in field, well wrapped up. And Newlove obviously been treated at half-time, and he must be okay. But Sculthorpe, another big game from the international loose forward. O'Neill takes it into Leeds territory. Well, the ball pulled out, even though one player had dropped off, and the ball was reaped out, but the referee, he must have decided, I think, Phil, that the tackle was completed.
A very strange decision there from Stuart Cummins. One player in the tackle, ball popped out. Mark Lamble gets the honour of captain the side tonight, and I think he's spoken more to Stuart Cummins than to his actual players. One or two very strange decisions from the official.
But that doesn't surprise us, does it? After we're watching him every week. Sonny Nicol gets the possession, meets Fleary and Masella. Nichols striding out, he's right in front of the sticks, he's 15 metres short of the try line. The Saints moving left. Saints are expected to score with every flurry. Oh, look at that! Super stuff! A bit of magic by Sean Long. Super try by the Saints. 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone on my watch. Sean Long looked as though he was running up a blind alley there, Phil. He went over to the left, there was no way through for him. He pirouetted, he came back, he saw a big gap, he went through it, and the Leeds defence, I'm afraid, tested once again.
I don't know how much of a part it had to play in it, but Terry Newton had his hands and his haunches. He pulled some sort of injury there. He's receiving treatment now from Paddy Moran, the Rhinos physio. And there was a big hole in the middle of the park there, and Sean Long took every advantage, the international scrum half, and a sublime piece of running there. He span one way, went the other, and carved a big hole for himself there, Phil.
Yeah, for Leeds to have had any chance to come back in this game, they needed a 10 to 15 minute period, keeping everything calm and quiet. But the one thing you can never legislate for is genuine sheer pace, and that's what Long has. He pirouetted, there was nothing on, saw the gap, went through it. Ball was under the post before most of the Leeds defensive line had regrouped from the play before. Again, it came from a strange penalty decision, but so you can't legislate for pace.
Iestyn Harris seems to be readying himself to play a part in this game as Long converts. And this will give the 36 points to 12 lead to St Helens. And really a crucial try. Whoever was going to get the first try in this second half would have the upper hand.
Yes, I think maybe so, even though the Saints had an 18-point cushion. It's going to be Leeds, obviously, trying to catch up all the time. Now it's 24, so you're talking about 4 converted tries plus another score, and whether Leeds can do it or not, I don't know. I would imagine there'll be something hitting the fan if the Saints do lose the 2 points here this evening. But they have the possession, they look good value, obviously, for the game. This evening, both sides of putting everything into it, but as Phil said, sheer pace there and class. It runs through Leeds as well, but it's not Leeds' evening this evening, I'm very pleased to say. Farrell going to be introduced. Saints spread it to Ilangi, just short of the halfway line. Last one of this sequence. Cunningham moves it left, Sean Long, left foot, down, well, that's just bounced in the field of play and got into touch. Head and feet to the Rhinos there, but Farrell going to be introduced, and is it Masella? No, Masella and H are exchanging pleasantries.
Tuilagi in a lot of pain there on the halfway line. He seems to have pulled maybe his groin or his thigh area. Really pulled up there from that last run. We see Morley coming off now for Farrell. So Farrell makes his way over so we can get this scrum underway. Adrian Morley flashed his thigh to the Saints fans. Obviously they've seen something they like there with the Wolf whistles. Now this is Godden, he drives it up, but Aitchison's in on the tackle there. Now Leeds looking to up the play the ball. Now Glanville drives it over the 20, good play there. Newton feeds Hay, who come in on a charge, driving straight at Sculthorpe, who makes it over the 30. Newton out to Fleary. Fleary has Farrell on his shoulder, but just takes the tackle from Sculthorpe. And Cunningham. Newton runs himself from dummy half, good running there. Typical of a Lee Jackson type run there from Newton. Jackson not taking any part in this game here tonight. Sheridan, defence something into him tight, but he managed to get the kick away, which trickles down to Stewart, who eventually runs away. Tackle has to be put on him, and it is eventually by Fleary and Farrell.
Yeah, Chris Smith, you can nearly always guarantee he'll break the first line of defence, and Leeds once again penalised. Well, I mean, Phil, if he's going to penalise him for holding down, he sent Godden off for what looked less than that, I think, before. and he's had Fleary and Farrell there. Penalty to the Saints. Temperament. You've got to keep your cool, haven't you?
Well, I don't know if Greg McCallum, the controller of referees, has had a word with the referees and says he wants that area cleaning up. He certainly seems to be very vigilant, does Stuart Cummins, tonight on that, and very finicky about what he's going to see at that play of the ball.
While you're on about referees, that's the old pie eaters were a bit lucky last night. Mr. Presley there, I mean, a controversial decision. And let's see what's printed when he has his interview with the rugby papers. Cunningham. Oh, big hit there, the ball's loose. Tidied up by Stewart. Stewart sees the gap. Stewart diagonal run. Sidesteps inside. Oh, what a try! What a superb try! Oh, great stuff. Aitchison finishes off. But there again, sheer pace by the Saints. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Saints registered a second try, and that was class again. A little bit of a mix-up just inside the Saints half. When the ball seemed to flick out, it was good, solid, hard tackling, but it came back. Stewart picked it up on an angular run, saw a big gap there, didn't he? He headed for the line, he sidestepped past one, he dummied inside. Paul Aitchison backing him up, and Aitchison went in for the easiest of tries. But a little bit of a mix-up here, solid tackling. Once again, the ball came back, Stewart had it. The referee said it was all right, play on. But what a run by Stewart, pace again, Phil.
Oh, great pace, and you can't blame a player if he's given an opportunity. He's got to do everything with it, but Stuart Cummins seems inept and unable to see when something happens, unless he's got a big TV screen to have a look at. He can't even judge the slight decisions. He's not prepared to put his head in the block. There was a blatant knock on there. The TV cameras will show that in the future, and really he has just destroyed the Rhinos tonight. He hasn't missed the tackles, so it has to be fair to say, but really the decisions tonight are just, you can't even equate them, Phil.
Yeah, it seems that the 50-50s do seem to be going one way, as does the penalty count. All the crowd really want is consistency and an even game, and two sides who would be quite well matched if the game had any ebb and flow to it. Unfortunately, tonight that hasn't been the case. You have to say again, pace up the middle, but the Leeds defensive line has to play to the referee. They stopped, they believe they'd seen a knock-on. I think one or two of us up here believe they may have done as well, but you've got to play to the referee.
You certainly have, boys, and that's it. Aitchison, the try scorer, up for the ball, gets up again, quickly dispatched to the earth by Marcella. Leeds move up quickly on the referee's right. Now it's Tuilangi, seemed to have shaken that injury off. Receives plenty of attention as he comes through. Andy Hay, Martin Marcella again. Joint, looking for that gap, turns it back inside. Sculthorpe out to the back door. Sean Long again, must be in line for a man of the match award tonight so far. Well, he's running up a blind alley there, he's brought down. The Saints players just not reading him on that occasion. Tuilangi. Solid tackling again, Farrell, Fleary, Marcella again doing the job. Close to the ground, them two, but my word, they get the tackling done, don't they? 30-point cushion for the Saints. 42-12, 8 minutes gone of the second period, as Long puts it downfield again. Francis Cummins has to chase it. Will it run dead? It will. Leeds will restart from the centre of the 20.
Yeah, the ball caught a nasty kick there on the 20 that took it all the way dead. Originally the kick didn't look like it was going to do that, but Leeds will get the tap here on the 20. Driving it up there with Farrell. He makes it up to the 30. Now this is Newton. Newton finds Golden, who was flying at the line there. The big Cento coming for Richie Blackmore. Now this is Marcella. Marcella came on from the interchange tonight, and he's still going. He's had a big game since he came on, Martin Marcella. Had plenty to go forward for Leeds. Now this is Sheridan. Sheridan's runners outside, and one of them is Hay. Hay spins the tackle, but can't get the ball away. Tackle's put in there. Now this is Gamble. Gamble finds Godden. Godden comes inside, still going Godden. Skull fall around his ankles, couldn't quite bring him down. He is eventually brought down though. Now this is Newton out to Sheridan, last tackle, Sheridan's options, he puts a little grubber kick through, Marcus St Hilaire chasing, and Leeds. Stuart Cummins saying that there was a high shot on Sheridan there by Tuilagi. The shot, he seems to be going in now as the ball was kicked. And he's given a penalty here to Leeds, saying that he has to keep the tackles down lower, Tuilagi, but maybe a question, Stuart Cummins trying to even things up, maybe he's reacted to what he's done earlier in the game, I don't know. I'm not sure he knows what he's doing, I certainly don't. Now this is Newton. Newton finds Fleary, Fleary drives it over the 10. He's halted just there by Joint and Nickel. Now this is Sheridan, Sheridan finds Sinfield, Sinfield skips and looks to go himself, but he's caught on the 10. The Saints defence up very quickly there. Now this is Hay, Hay looking for runners, one of them's Godden, he spins in the tackle, Godden still going, Godden! Oh, he's eventually dragged down onto his back there. That's a technique to slow the play of the ball down. This is Sheridan, Sheridan finds St Hilaire, St Hilaire. St Helens very fast here and very quick up. You have to wonder whether they are back to 10. Now this is Sheridan, Sheridan puts a little kick through. It's stopped there by St Helens. Have they come up with the ball? Rhinos have come up with the ball, and this is another fresh of the 6 in the 10. This is Rivet, stops and goes himself, still going Rivet, still going. Oh, the 4-try hero from Saturday afternoon made a big effort there. This is Marty Masella, spins and looks to go for the line, he didn't make it though. Now Newton finds Sheridan, Sheridan ducks and goes himself, still going Sheridan. He's such an elusive character when he's got the ball in his hands close to the line. Newton goes to the short side, finds Farrell, Farrell hands off with one hand, goes out to Golden brings it back in field. Last tackle now, Leeds. They've had a set of 6 inside the St Helens 10. What can they do here? Sheridan puts the little kick through, and it's collected there by Long. Long breaks out from his own half line. He's still going long. He's got runners outside him, and Cummins puts a big hit on him.
Yeah, big hit by Cummins. Chris Smith taken on suspicion on his right. But Saints have the possession. Exciting passage of play there. The Leeds Rhinos putting great pressure on the Saints. The Saints weathered the storm. Sterling just come on a blood bin substitution, I think. I don't know who's gone off. Sinfield gone off and Sterling on. I think it's blood. 14 minutes gone. Second half, Cunningham in and out, slips it to Sullivan. Saints in again. Sullivan bounces it down. Another try for the Saints, 2 for Sullivan this evening. Both sides capable of attacking, but it's not Leeds night tonight, Phil.
Certainly not. The Rhinos have been reduced down to 12-minute stage of this game. Paul Sterling's first action of the game there was a despairing tackle. He tried to put it on Sullivan. It was too late, and Saints had roared down the field, and really, Leeds have no answer at the moment for this flourishing St Helens attack.
Yeah, that try came on the back of some wonderful defence from St Helens.
They played the game, they put a full-strength side out here for their fans, and it's just unfortunate at the moment that they're on the back foot, and really you can see there are tired legs out there.
They're bound to be tired legs, aren't they, Phil? Especially after that weekend you've had in London. The ground there, that sapped the strength. Obviously a great arena, Wembley, and this ground here is not quite as good as Wembley, but excellent playing surface. Head and feet to Leeds as they kick off there, and it went into touch. An awkward kick by Cummins, but the Rhinos putting pressure on the Saints.
Now this is Newton running at the line as Sterling outside him, still going Newton. He does well to stop himself from going in the touch there. Well played, Terry Newton. This is Ryan Sheridan. He finds Andy Hay, who drives it straight up at Tuilagi. Now Newton finds Sheridan out to Masella driving up the line. Has he found a gap? Tries to get the offload out. Sheridan does well to pick it up there. Off the ball from Masella. Masella thought there was a Saints hand in there. Referee says no. This is Farrell. Farrell still driving for the line. Still going, Farrell. He's eventually dragged down. Newton finds out to Godden. Godden puts a little kick through. Glanville's chasing, but Long collects. And to be fair to the Leeds fans, they're still singing for their team. They're still proud of their team and their exploits at the weekend, but it's Saints who are back on a charge now.
Yeah, Godden tried a little speculator through there. Sean Long took it well. Been in everything tonight as Long, and 20 minutes left. 22 minutes left. Saints penalised, are they, for not playing the ball? No. Yes, Saints penalised there. Must be not playing the ball correctly. I just took my eye off it there, Phil.
Yeah, both sets of supporters thought they had the penalty there. It's the Rhinos that have come up with, and this is Darren Fleary driving towards the line. Newton finds Glanville. Glanville drives it all to the line. Good running play there from Mark Glanville. Newton walks back to the short side, looks to go himself, but Sculthorpe has to tackle in. He's over the line, but he can't get the ball down, Terry Newton. Now, what will the Rhinos do here? Hay looks to get the ball away, does to Sheridan. Everyone stopped, but Leeds are still going. This is Godden, gets the ball out, but they can't quite collect it, still going. Oh, there's all sorts of hands in there, and you can toss a coin in the air here. Stuart Cummins will make a decision that will defy us all. And it's the Rhinos that get the advantage here. Stuart Cummins making decisions, he just seems to be evening things up now. He's had an absolute shocker tonight. I think this is one video he's had absolute nightmares about when he watches it again. On Saturday, we've seen a fine performance from Russell Smith, but he was hardly noticed in the game. This game has been all about Stuart Cummins and his erratic decisions. Now, this is St Hilaire. St Hilaire goes on his own, goes once and now twice, dives back inside. Good running from the fullback. Newton finds Sheridan on the runaround. Good running by Ryan Sheridan, but Tuilagi has the tackle 5 metres out from the St Helens line. This is Newton, has Masella outside him, gives a short little ball to Masella, but he's just caught short of the line. Newton will be looking to fire this ball away. He does to Sheridan. Sheridan, his runner's overrunning. This is Sterling. Sterling would loop back inside, but he's caught on the 10. Last tackle now. What can the Rhinos do? They've had plenty of possession down here. They need to come up with some points. Cummins offloads. Still, this is Godden. Godden, a little kick through. St Hilaire went to collect, but it's offside there. Was it Nicol in there? Leeds have the ball again. This is Masella. Masella driving at the line. Great defence here from St Helens. They've held out several stages of tackles. I think it's 3-4 set to 6. Sheridan looks to go himself, but he's tackled well here. Ellery Hanley has put steel into this St Helens side. This is Farrell. Farrell spins and goes himself. Kevin Sinfield back on for Paul Sterling. Coming back inside. This is Glanville. He offloads the ball away, but Aitchison collects, and St Helens get a massive ovation from their fans. We're standing 4 set to 6 there. Great defence.
Superb defence. In adversity there, Mr Cummins obviously giving Leeds the benefit of the doubt, giving them 2 penalties over on that far side, but the Saints, the Super Saints came through it. Paul Whelan's looking to be introduced, the ball's loose. The ball's been knocked forward, head and feet to the Rhinos, I think. Sterling's come back off, Sinfield's gone back on after the blood bin substitution. And now Kieran Cunningham being replaced, and he's had a tireless game tonight as Cunningham. He's run his blood to water, and the Saints faithful applaud him. Leeds Rhinos head and feet.
So Sheridan has it, he finds Simple, who's returned from the blood bin. Bar ball out for St Hilaire. St Hilaire does fantastically well to hold that ball. Now, Sinfield fires it out. This is Glanville. Glanville drives it up over the 30. Andy Hay comes off for Paul Sterling. And so, I mean, Marvin Golden moving into the second row. This is Fleary. Fleary drives it on. But great tackling there by St Helens. They really are on a high defensively tonight. Now, this is Sheridan. Sheridan running, goes one way, goes the next. And he's eventually brought down there by Nicol and Tuilagi. This is Newton. Leeds playing quick play the balls. Newton puts a little kick through. St Hilaire, Sterling rather does well to collect. Sterling running straight back at the St Helens defence. Oh, high shot there from Sean Long. Now this is Newton, finds Masella. Masella drives straight at the St Helens defence. It's the last tackle and it's turnover, and St Helens will have this ball, and again, defence is winning this game for St Helens.
It certainly is, Phil, in this second half so far. 22 minutes gone, and a big hit there, Farrell. I mean, we're not pouncing about with a round ball game, are we? We're talking about high collision, body contact sport here. And the Saints faithful just getting a little annoyed below us, but nothing more than you can expect. It's only friendly banter. Wellens scampering away over the 40. Sullivan attacked in half. Saints spread it, Sculthorpe, drop-off ball, Julian O'Neill. Last one of the sequence, well, hanging on at the play of the ball. Sean Long again, puts it downfield, finds touch, just inside the Leeds 20, and good play by Long, and obviously the water carriers on again. 46 points to 12, 17 minutes of the game left, and as you said, Phil, defence paramount as far as the Saints are concerned, and obviously of running 3 tries to boot.
Yes, and this St Helens have shown great attacking, but really it has been the defence. The steel that Ellie Hanley has engendered into this side has been fantastic, as we see Sinfield try to break out, but again he's wrapped up there. Great defence from St Helens, and Leeds have to find a way to break these down. There's over 10 minutes remaining in the game. They really have to put the ball points on the board, if only to hearten those Leeds Rhino supporters who've travelled over the Pennines for tonight's game. Cleary gets the ball away to Golden. Terry Newton in at dummy half, finds Masella. Masella has Sheridan outside him, but goes himself, and he's eventually brought down over the 40. Newton looking for his options. It's last tackle, Sheridan's on his shoulder. He finds Sheridan, a little kick through, but it comes off Sculthorpe's feet, and Sculthorpe collects, and Newton gets the tackle in.
Yes, Sculthorpe wants to play it quickly. He does, the man didn't roll away, but Long carries on with it. Glanville's just come off, and Matthews gone back on. And Sheridan there taking a knock at the back of play. The playmaker, an awkward ball. Tidied up by Newlove. Let's see what the big man can do. Offers the ball to Anthony Sullivan. He's just kept in the field of play. Certainly some battered and bruised bodies. But it's the Saints that obviously are going to take the two league points. Plenty games, 30 games this season, so there's still plenty to play for. It's a long, hard season. As Sullivan keeps it alive, gives it to Long. Long up the middle. Joint was there, Nicoll was there. Last one of the sequence. Saints will bring it to the right. Wellens chips it for the corner. Sterling loses it. Oh, dear me, Stewart couldn't take it, but it should be a knock-on with head and feet to Saints. Sterling knocked it forward. What's the referee going to give? He's going to give the turnover. I thought that Sterling had knocked it forward. The referee didn't. Stewart definitely did, but it would have been a try if he could have touched it.
Oh, it was a certain try if he could have got his hands on it. Sterling knocked the ball backwards, and as it is, the Saints player couldn't get his hands down with firm momentum, and so Leeds get away with it. Now, this is Matthew driving up the field. He spins in the tackle, but he's brought down by Nicoll and Sculthorpe there. Worrying down here for the Rhino supporters. Mark Glanville with heavy strapping on his knees. We know what trouble Mark Glanville has with his knees. There's heavy ice and heavy strapping going on there as Sinfield knocks the ball on, and this is pressure that the Rhinos can ill afford to have. And there'll be head and feet here at St Helens, and they'll be looking to get more points on the board.
You certainly will. A big hit there by Paul Newlove. Obviously Newlove was happy with that on Sinfield, and as he hit him, he twisted round, he lost the possession of the ball. Big high fives there with Newlove and Sullivan. A certain buzz, a team. Oh, is the ball knocked back? And Leeds Rhinos back in possession.
A great hit there from Leeds to knock the ball out. The St Helens fans crying out for a forward pass there. Now this is Newton. Newton finds Leroy Rivet. Leroy Rivet looking to break the line, but he's dragged to the floor. Newton finds Farrell. Farrell driving at the line. Good running from the Huddersfield-born player. Newton looking to get the ball away quickly. He does to Sheridan. Sheridan, who's recovered from that knock, This is Jamie Matthew. Jamie Matthew does brilliantly to get the ball away to Golden in the tackle. Now this is Sheridan, has to stop to take the pass, but he beats Long by having to stop. A kick in high into the air, Sterling chasing. Aitchison collects in his own dead ball area, defuses the bomb, and Brian Sheridan takes another knock there in back play. But he's recovered and got up now. He goes back to 10. And we see Tuilagi coming off for St Helens.
Yes, and Edmondson goes on. He's had an excellent game as Tuilagi. And Sheridan putting the ball high up to Aitchison. It's like giving a donkey strawberries, giving Aitchison balls like that. Freddie with the big cheers, but it's Saints that are pressing. 46-12 at present, and we've got 12 minutes remaining. Leeds have obviously contained the Saints charge up to now. Aitchison with Edmondson, they're lining up, he gives it Edmondson, oh, it's new love. Saints just knocking into each other there. Edmondson gives it to Nicol, Nicol will score, right by the referee, he looks, he points, the Saints have to try. Just as I was saying, the Leeds defence seems to have tightened up. Saints hadn't scored since the 14th minute. It looked as though the Saints were going to run it in easily there. I suppose it was easy in the end, Phil. But when Aitchison broke through, Edmondson was with him. The Leeds defence did scramble back, but then two players collided, but Nicol finished off.
Great defence there, chase defence of the Rhinos. You can't knock the players there. Players have broken through. Senelair and Cummins came flying back. They took 3 men out in the actual tackle. They did their best to contain them, but it was a sheer weight of numbers. The St Helens attack was pouring forward in droves, and the Rhinos just didn't have enough men back. And Nicol goes over to celebrate his birthday with a try tonight. And really, Phil, the 50-point barrier has been broken, and really, the scoreline will suggest a much more difficult game than it has been for Saints.
Yeah, certainly you've got to credit Saints for their defence in this second half. It would have been very easy for them to just try and play basketball football, but they've remained disciplined. Leeds have had a good 15 minutes where they've managed to damage limitation exercise, aided with some strange decisions and penalties from Stuart Cummins to keep Leeds in the Saints half, but Saints showing there just what they're capable of. One missed tackle from Terry Newton, 5 men supporting the ball carrier, and it was only a matter of time that the 11,314 here would see another try.
And so Leeds will kick off again, and they will be very tired legs out there for the Rhinos now. All the energy will be zapping with every try that goes in.
Yeah, 10 tries, 6 goals, 52 points, 12 points to the Rhinos. Wellens, Sonny Nicol. Long, slips it out, the ball's down, the Rhinos come up with it. Marcella, it looks like, on the far side up to the halfway.
Marcella quickest to that loose ball there, and you see Cummins now. Cummins drives it up the field, he's over the halfway line. Now Newton finds Sheridan, Sheridan out to Sinfield, Sinfield to Godden, Godden breaks the line, but the referee looks to his touch judge to see a forward pass. And Stuart Cummins, as with everything else tonight, is booed roundly for one section and cheered by another. But he hasn't helped himself tonight, and certainly those Leeds Rhino supporters behind the sticks here have come all the way over the Pennines. They're not leaving, they're not walking out like we see other teams. They're going to see their team. They've been proud of their team this past weekend. It's not a great thing for the game as a whole, where the Challenge Cup team that have won and proved the game showed them such justice to the game at the weekend, being beaten by this scoreline. That's what the headlines will say in the papers, and it does the game no good.
Yeah, we had the same problem after we'd beaten Bradford at Wembley a few years ago. Went to Bradford, got our bottom slapped, but that's how it goes, isn't it? But when one team's on fire, that's it. And the Saints are on fire tonight. 52-12, 8 minutes left. Sean Long out to Sculthorpe. Leeds have been pegged for a forward pass here. Certainly he missed one before that was could have been penalised for offside. It was that far forward, it was nearly in next week. As Chris Smith pirouettes, turns round. Last one of the sequence. High kick. Scott Barrett. The ball's loose. Leeds Rhinos have it. The tackle is completed.
Newton first to react there, grabbed the ball as it came down to the ground. This is Rivet. Rivet running straight at the line. Looks to bust the line, but he's tackled and well wrapped up there by the Saints defence. He looks to offload. He does offload, but it looked like there was a knock on there from Saints. He got the hands to it, but it may have just pushed it backwards. And now St Helens going to attack again.
Yeah, good players. They move it over left. Now it's Newlove. The big man siding through. Sullivan was on his outside. He couldn't slip it out. He had to take the tackle. Saints bring it back centre field. Long chips it for the corner. Stewart. Yes, he's in. Stewart in there. In for two this evening for Stewart. The referee points to the spot. It's not finished yet. 73 minutes gone of the game. And Tony Stewart in for two. That makes it 11 tries against the Challenge Cup holders. And obviously they've had it took out to them over the weekend by the London Broncos, who held them for 60 minutes and then just run out of puff, didn't they? But once again, Saints bringing it over. And Sean Long again, lovely angle kick there. And Tony Stewart picked it up comfortably this time, Phil. And really, Sean Long's run the game this evening for the Saints, as they were, as Ryan Sheridan just couldn't get going.
Certainly Long has been in fine form for the Saints. His passing game is like having an extra man on the pitch. He really does create so much pace and time with his passing. He gives his outside backs absolutely acres of space just in one pass, and the kicking game has been spot on as well. There was two men there that could have scored that try. They've worked the space and worked the timing well at St Helens tonight, and they've got a 56 and maybe 58 points to 12 victory. We've still got 6 minutes remaining in the game. Who knows how this will end? Certainly London will have to play tomorrow night, and we wonder what that score will be. As Long does convert it, 58 points to 12 to score. No, it's just drop sport, 56 to 12. And so Leeds will have to kick the ball back to St Helens now. And again, it's just taking every drop and every last bit of energy out. They play Wakefield Trinity Wildcats on Friday night at Headingley. And you can only wonder how the Rhinos will come back from this. If ever they needed a bump down to earth after the Challenge Cup, it has come tonight at Nosey Road.
Yes, and obviously Wakefield will prove a stern challenge, even though they did go down yesterday. Hull got the first win, which surprised me. The ball out on the full. No, bounced in the field of play, went out. A drop out from between the sticks. Yes, obviously Leeds will have to bounce back on Friday. Saints have a game against Bobby Golding's Huddersfield on the in front of the Sky cameras on Friday. Then the following Friday away against the Wakefield Wildcats. So let's hope you soften them up for us this weekend, Phil. And it's Long to drop out, the Rhinos to receive.
Now Leroy Rivet drives it up the line. He makes it up to 30 metres out from the St Helens line. Now this is Golden. He drives it up as the St Helens fans ask for 60 points. Will it be the Rhinos that get the final score in this game? Hay will certainly try to do that. He does it now! Andy Hay for the line! He scores! Aitchison in vain asked for a drop ball there. There was no chance of that. Andy Hay gets the try, and he brings a bit of pride back to Headingley, getting the last try of the game probably. We've got a matter of probably 2 minutes left in the game. Andy Hay found a big gap there, ran straight at the line, and there was no one stopping him. And Phil perhaps just deserves to get the last try out of the game.
To be fair, Ryan Sheridan, I think, has been probably Leeds' best, but he's been doing it behind a beaten pack. Never stopped working, taking some big hits, but always tried to keep his side going forward. Adrian Morley had a big 45 minutes before he had to go off injured. There have been some positives for Leeds tonight, but you have to say, in this sort of rampant mood, it's going to be a long time down the fixture list before somebody takes a victory off Saints.
Now Sinfield will look to add the 2 points. And he does. He's one man for Leeds that are perfect that night tonight. He's got 3 from 3. But really, Leeds have been well beaten throughout this game. There was a brief period, as we saw in the first half, when they came back and nearly looked as if they were going to make a game of it. But really, the defence from St Helens has zapped everything Leeds have had to throw at them, and their attackers made sure they made advantage of every ball they've had.
You're right there, you're right with every word you say, and obviously that never say die spirit, and they all have this never say die spirit, don't they? But once again, the ball kicked off by Leeds at the far end. Saints couldn't take it, and then Leeds get the try. Good running by Hay.
Now this is Marcella doing the hard work as per usual. Newton finds Sheridan dummies to Golden and goes inside to Farrell. Farrell makes it up some 15 metres out from the line. And we hear that Sean Long does get that man of the match award as Sheridan fires it out wide. While the fans are cheering, Leeds will try and dampen them down now as they look at another score. This is Matthew. Matthew drives it over the 10. He's eventually tackled. This is the last tackle for Leeds. They've got numbers on this far side. It comes this way now. Sheridan dummies, throws it out the back door to Marcella. Marcella has runners. One of them is Golden. Golden puts a little kick through. Marcella couldn't take it. He was offside, and Godden was just too far away. But a good tackling back from Leeds pins Saints down on their own line.
Yes, after all that hard work before by the Saints, obviously they let that try in by Hay. He'd only been back on the field 3 minutes. A good running try, something he's renowned for. He's a good, hard, strong runner. No doubt Ellery Hanley, he'll have something to say about that, especially after they withhead the storm. Joint slips it out to Sullivan. Can the flyer go in for his hat-trick? Saints are lining up again. Good running again. Newlove out to Chris Smith. Chris Smith for the line. Oh, what a try! What a try! The referee looks, he points to the spot, and all the Saints run round him. But what a superb try in the last minute here at Nosey Road. Superb stuff, orgasmic rugby league here at Nosey Road, and Chris Smith finishes off with a flourish. Superb running down the main stand flank. Lovely lofted ball to Anthony Sullivan. He tore down the wing, he fed it inside to Newlove, the big man, strong as ever. Then he just slipped it out to Chris Smith, and another flying Yorkshireman went in for the try that brings up the 60 and really adds insult to injury for Leeds Rhinos this evening.
Well, just coming down that side of the field, Solomon got a half chance. It looked as if the Rhinos defence had covered it, but there just wasn't enough numbers there to put the tackles in. The sheer pace from the St Helens players creating enough space, as we just see Marcus St-Hilaire going off. He's got a cut above his eye. He's going straight down the tunnel. This game's over. It has been on the scoreboard for some time, and we'll fear the Heinl Hooter now, would have thought. Shirt coming signals that 62 points to 18. A disappointing result, a bit of the result for the Rhinos, but I'm sure they'll come back stronger for it, and a night of jubilation for St Helens.
Oh, superb as far as I'm concerned, Phil, and obviously a bit of disappointment for yourself. You would have expected better, but obviously that the Wembley's taking it out on some of the lads, and coming here to the league leaders, you know, 100% record, and Saints were on fire tonight, weren't they? 30 points to 12 at half-time, 18 points down, but then the Saints got the best possible start they could have done, with tries from Long, Aitchison and Sullivan in the opening 14 minutes, and then Nicol and Stewart. Andy Hay just grabbing one back there 4 minutes before the final hooter. The travelling faithful of Leeds have been applauded by the players as the Saints go round, but champagne rugby here, and as you say, obviously only another couple of days rest as the Saints have, but it's different when you've had your bum smacked coming back against either, whether it be Salford or Wakefield, as you will be playing, and obviously Leeds may be on a downer and Saints will be rampant, won't they?
That's the case. A bit of disappointment tonight for the Rhinos. They'll have to come back. They've got to come back. They've got that game Friday night. All the league points are important. The Challenge Cup's in the bank now. Now they've got to concentrate on the league. That would have helped if they could have gone here and done it with a great impetus as we go back into the campaign. That hasn't happened. What had happened is a timely reminder who are the best in the league at the moment. That's St Helens. That's the benchmark the Rhinos have to now reach for, and I'm sure that's what Graham Murray will be telling his team.
Yes, anyway, thanks, Phil. We'll sign off tonight. You've been with Micron Video, you've been with Ron Hoof and Phil Daly, Phil Kaplan as well. Thank you for your comments. Join us for the next game.